working on the overlay top bar. I continue what's Pavlov start. I have some issue with the setting screen and the white label screen, so this is what I'm on it. And that's it.
Can you give a little bit more like explanation what is it about, so people will be aware?
Sure. Let me see, maybe I'm sharing screen. Maybe you can give me also advice. You're able to see my screen, correct?
Yes.
So,
Yes. You can turn down your WhatsApp, then it will be.
What? Okay. So, you're able to see, right?
Yes.
So, thank you. So, this is overlay layout. So, the top bar is transparent. Pablo started, I continue it, and now what I'm doing is fix this one. So, on the white label, even if it's past same flow, and I give padding to the side menu, even though something went wrong and the home.
I think the settings is, if I don't remember 100%, but I think that it's not a fragment. So you need to take a look what's happening there. And that's the difference between the other screen and the white label screen. But
all the time I saw it's a fragment, but maybe I saw it in something. With a second look. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Gil, you want to share with us? Gil?
I can go if you want.
No? Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah, no, Gil's back. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear
sorry.
you.
If you sound, you can go ahead. I didn't hear you talking. I'm mute myself.
No, just really quickly, I wanted to talk about the image issue we were having, and I found in our image holders util, when we parse an Atom entry, when we create the image holder for it, we have a method get image URL that was always giving back null, and instead of going around and trying to fix all the other places that try to look for the image holder is supposed to have an image URL. So I looked at what this method is doing, and it has several legacy logics. Like it tries to get the image using like an image form key and an image key, but the problem is that with JS pipes, we don't get back, like it tries to look for like thumbnail, for example, but we don't have that when we get it back from JS pipes. We get rid of those keys. We just have one image, and it's like image base, and the form is image. So it attempts to do that, it gets no image back. And then it says, so if it's empty, try to get the thumbnail. And if that's empty, try to get the default legacy, which both of those are empty. So for now, I added another one to set if that's empty as well. Look for the image, form key image, and then look for image base. And that gets the correct image at the end. I'm gonna leave it like that for now because we have a lot of work to do for this app that we're working on, and this seems to fix the problem for the most part. So maybe in the future we could see why, like if we could return something extra from JS pipes, maybe we don't need 3 legacy methods to parse the image. Maybe we could just stick to 2 or something like that. But yeah, that's what I found so far.
Gil? Gil is here?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, but this was a change that was done by you when you were
Yeah.
home. So can you explain exactly what's happening there? So maybe Javier would have some more knowledge, because this is something you changed.
Okay, so as you know, when we got the data from the XML, we had some rules. I mean, for for cells images, we use thumbnail. For inside the article page, we use detailed view, and there were some more keys. And when we started using the Atom feed, not only for like articles and also for other types of cells, we decided to add another identifier, let's call it, that it was the image key, so it will support the logic that we have on Applicaster 2. And we kept the old logic supported for the old apps, meaning if you use the XML, it should work, and if you use the new logic, which is having a key, image base, whatever, it also should work. What I understand is that now there's a new type of flow, meaning parsing the XML not from the client, but from the Applicaster provider. And it produces another type of data. Instead of having the keys that we had on the XML, it uses image only. Not image only, but only image, yes? And this is obviously not supported right now. Yeah, and it's a problem. I mean, we can...
No, but I don't understand something. The XML that was originally thumbnail and detail view, you and Dror were telling me that these keys are never in use and you would like to change it to image base. And you did this change. So now I'm completely lost. I don't understand.
No, of course they are in use.
So why did you do any change?
Because, okay, we had like a screen with a few components, and we had to differentiate between one image and the other from the same data source. Okay.
But you have thumbnail and you had detailed view. So why you replace it with image based? This is what I don't understand, and I didn't understand back then.
We didn't change it to image base. We changed it to, you can put whatever key you want, and you should define it on the component metadata.
Yeah, but you created a regression. What happens now with the old logic of thumbnail and detail view?
The old logic is still supported. What Javier is talking about is a new logic.
But there is no difference.
Pipes.
No, but there is no difference between. We had in the code, in the client side, in the app itself, an XML parser that converted it to a model, to a JSON model. This exact logic is done on the JS part.
No.
Client part, it's the exact parsing, minus some changes that were not in use.
So it's not, no, it's not correct.
So what is correct?
from what I saw, the JS pipes uses only image base instead of the old logic that use thumbnail and detailed view.
This is what you
Yeah,
were
that's
asking.
correct.
Yes, because this is what you were asking, Gil, to change for Reshet. This is the change you guys asked. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We will take it offline because this is what you guys asked.
Not exactly. We asked for the ability to use a key if we want to and to support the old logic.
Yeah, but what is a
Now
key
we
if you
are-
use to? The data is parsed from the customer. So there is no place to put these keys.
The component metadata.
But there is no component metadata. No, and I'm talking about the logic of first two things. Why one image is not enough? Is there a different scaling between a different ratio between detailed view and thumbnail?
I don't think that the code is restricting some
No, but if it's the same scale type, if it's the same scale, if it has the same ratio, why it needs to be differentiated? Why isn't, if it's always 16 by 9, always 4 by 3, why it needs to be two separate images? And just not one that is reside if it's the same ratio? Why this is not the case?
I can't remember exactly what was the reason, but I do remember that we had same data source for two different components, and it was supposed to look differently.
But it should have the same scale. Anyway, we'll take it offline, Javier, afterwards. Okay, you can continue, Gil, with your update.
Okay, so two things. I started working on the tab swipe. Usually we use the Android's tab layout view. I added the ability to use another open source tab layout, which is much more flexible. And I aligned with iOS the customization part of this tab layout. Instead of having it like now through the layouts XML, it gets the styles from the components metadata. So that's one thing. Now I'm working on the UI builder on a new data source type, which is a web URL. Yeah, that's it.
Can you explain a little bit what it means?
Yeah, so if you want to add a web view to your screen, usually what you had to do is like use a container and then inside it put a link category with the URL of what you want to present. So this web URL component, so data source, is like you just put it and you don't need the container part.
Basically, we added the capability in the UI builder itself to put on the component. 1 second, let me open an example. Share screen. Okay. So we have the UI builder, and we recently added a new section called feeds. And the idea is that here in the feeds, something else. Blah, blah, blah. Inside the feed section, basically you have, I don't have here, Applicaster. Second. Anyway, the idea is that on a component, you're able to put directly a URL and not only the, let's see, but basically you can put directly a web URL. As you can see here, you have a type web URL, and you can put directly your URL, and then inside the component, you're choosing a web view component, you're able, I don't have it here. Here. So if you're choosing here, you can choose web URL and directly choosing your URL itself, and you don't need to create a link category and then to create a reference to the link category inside the feeds and use it. You can just paste the web URL. That's it. Cool. Tarek, you want to update us?
Yes, of course. So lately I've been working on two applications. First application is called DocTV, where today I've developed a plugin, which is, there's an issue we keep facing. I faced this issue in Bellator and also in DocTV, where if we set a video, a VOD, if we add a VOD that, and we give it a link to a live stream, it does not play. It plays, but we still have the overlay of the loading of the player. This is because the video does not have a duration. So what I needed to do in Bellator and also again in DocTV is create a player plugin and ask the client to add a parameter in the URL, for example, live equals yes, and then I search for that parameter, and then in the player plugin, I set the playable to live, and then it plays correctly. So what I did is created a plugin player, especially for that can be used, of course, by anyone. Like if you have a project manager that wants this functionality, I just created it. It's called the Live VOD Player, which is like only for the purpose of having the ability to play VOD items that are live. So, but I think it should be solved like from the, CMS or something, or the backend, I don't know, or the SDK itself. But for now, what I did is create a plugin for that can be used by any application.
Can you explain again what is a VOD that is playing live?
So if you add a VOD item and you give it like an HLS URL of a live stream, and you do not set a duration of that, because live stream does not have a duration.
But why you need to create a VOD item which is a live stream?
It's not. It's a project manager's. I don't know why. I don't know what other options they have.
No, but why they are not using a channel of a live stream?
Because maybe it's because related to vouchers or something like that. I'm not sure.
But it's a huge hack, and you're creating a development on the hack of a project manager? Sounds to me completely...
Yeah, this is why I'm raising this issue, because, of course, yesterday we did this plugin, which, of course, it's some sort of a hack, but it can be deleted. It does not affect the SDK, but it should be treated in a different way. But for now, since the delivery date is today, so I had to create that plugin today, because we need...
I understand, but I don't understand what is the need of having you have a model that is called a channel, which is exactly that. You put a live stream and it presents you the live stream, and a video item is something that you give it, not a live stream. So what? I don't
I'm not sure. if is Dror here, because he can explain it better. Because we also raised this issue. We suggested the channel, but maybe there are some other stuff that can be done in a vote, but that cannot be done in a channel. Because
maybe, but
so I
I
was requested to develop a plugin, which I did, and this is why I'm raising this issue, because it's the second time it's happening, and I think it should be, if there is really an issue, and just it cannot just be solved by replacing the vote to a channel, which is pretty basic. So, but I'm sure that like two project managers like Dana and Naama, they have their reasons to like make it a vote and not a channel. I'm sure they are familiar with the differences between more than I am. So this is why, and Dor also was in the talk. So this is why I thought, okay, if they are asking for the plugin development, then it cannot be replaced by a channel. I think so.
you're having a lot of assumptions, which is interesting, but I don't think I'm quite sure that they are not. Maybe I don't know, but they are not aware of all the possibilities.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I will check with Dana and Dor, and I will like investigate why it cannot be a channel, why it is a vote. So this is one thing. The second thing I'm doing is like supporting Atom channel for the supporting our Atom channel. Also, after discussion with Dror, I was like what I'm doing is like having the Atom channel is similar to the Atom video, one-to-one basically. But for now, one-to-one. Maybe in the future we can give it more functionality. But for now, it's one-to-one. But it will give us only like different cell style to act.
You also need to add an extension that is handling the Applicaster channel ID, a part of the stream. So it could have metadata, it could have live stream like a video, but it could also should reference, if possible, to Applicaster 2 channel ID.
Okay. All right. So these are the things I am working on. I will check also regarding the plugin that I talked about, and I will give you like the feedback I get on why it's a channel, it's a vote and not a channel.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. And Khani is here also. Khani, how are you? How was the first weeks? How were the first weeks?
It was fun. It was challenging. So I was working on sort of a bug fix, or actually it's a feature. I was working on a share. If you want to share Atom entry, meaning if you want to share I think it's Atom yes, it's Atom entry. So the problem was that the link that you share, it's a URL scheme and it's not clickable, and it's really long and like messy link. So I divided to two small problems. The first one is that the click is not clickable. And the second problem is that if someone get the link and is not, it doesn't have the app installed, so it can't do anything with the link. So actually, I don't have a solution yet, because when I speaking with Dror and also Gil, we decided that the solution, the only solution that we can find is to create a public page for this. And I guess that's it. So I just today I spoke with Daniel Garcia, and it will try to find any maybe to extend the public page.
Can you repeat again the issue? To share one entry, to share an atom entry.
Yes, to share an atom entry, actually to share a URL scheme to a specific atom entry. So what we have now, it's a really messy URL because it includes all the parameters that we need to open actually it's a media item. So and then with the help of Reuven, we like shortened the that URL, but the URL scheme in a way that we took the category ID and also the item ID, and then we can create and then when someone that have the app installed can open it and then create the media item from the atom entry.
Why not? Short question.
Yes.
Why not just, okay, let's say that you have the URL scheme and you have the link to you have the two parameters. Why not just directly open the page, load the XML and present the items, or present the item or something like that? Like why are we trying a public page again?
Oh, because the feature is to share. I mean, if you want to share a specific atom entry, I mean, I don't know, a broadcast video. So if you want to share it, you don't know if the one that gets the email or the WhatsApp, or I don't know how you want to choose. It's a native share. So the one that get the message, the email, for example, and it doesn't have the app installed in a device, or the device it's not support, it can do anything with that link. So
and we didn't have this functionality. Interesting.
No for atom entry. We have something like and the other problem that we have, it's the customer doesn't have a web page, and then you can use the tool maybe to shore the URL, but this customer doesn't have a web page at all. So
okay, interesting. If you would share with us next week if you got a solution for that.
All right, sure.
Do something. Cool. Oh, I see that Simon is here. Nice. So Simon, you want to share with us? You have something to share
I'm here, but I worked on iOS this week.
Ah, okay.
So nothing to update on Android.
Okay. Okay, on my side, I will update when we will have the company engineering meeting, because it will be relevant for everybody. What I wanted to ask, maybe Javier can answer, is the issue that we had with the deploying the Android generic app using the latest tag. Is the latest fix solving it, or we don't have still a robust solution?
No, from what I understand, we still don't have a good solution, and I don't think anybody has tried to update since then. But I still suggest to revert, unless that's already happened. I don't think it has. And then we figure it out after we have to run better tests. Yeah, I see it currently is still using that one update that we changed author date to tagger date, but it didn't help. So it's really odd because it worked for me. Obviously, I ran it through, I SSH'd into the build and I ran it locally there, and I'm not sure why it worked for me, but it didn't work for the next person. But I think this has more downsides than the old one. I know the old one wasn't working either in certain situations, but I think it was
It's more. It was
more predictable,
more.
I guess.
Okay. I will. Let's see later today, Javier. Let's try to sit like half an hour to find time to see how we can solve it. Just to explain a little bit the issue. So the way we deploy a new version of the SDK of the generic app, we are basically pushing tags. And once we are pushing tags in the CI build script, in order to upload it to Bintray, we are trying to fetch the latest tag. So we are fetching tags, which means that we are now locally have all the local tags, and then we run a command to get the latest tag. Now we haven't found yet a command that is robust enough to solve different issues. So it's dependent on the branch that the tag was created. It depends on the fact if the same commit has multiple tags. It depends on the fact who was the author that created the tag. There are multiple parameters that each try that we made gave us a different, like solve us one thing, but didn't solve the other thing. So we will try to look into it. That's it. Cool, that's it on my side. Just something related to the issue that Tarek...
I just spoken with Dana also while you are there.
No rush. Talk to her after.
She answered me. She said that on a channel, we cannot have an SSO or a voucher. Only on a VOD. This is why...
Yeah, so what? The answer would be to solve it there and not to...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. This is why I raised the issue. But for now, we solved it using a plugin, which is a hacky way, but I hope in the future it should be solved there, like on the channel. Yeah.
So what I said, so related and not related to this issue is what I'm saying is if you're getting a weird requirements, try to raise these issues and try to see how we can avoid doing all this weird.
The problem was the timeline because it was raised like yesterday, 5 p.m., and it was needed to be finished today. Like,
no, I understand, but I assume that they knew that they need to put in a voucher on a channel or an SSO.
Yeah, it could be.
So I assume that it could be known a month ago. Anyways, thank you very much, everybody. We will finish. We are short this time, but we have another engineering meeting in 20 minutes, so I assume we will all meet there. So thank you, everybody, for the time.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.